Oh, right. I can't even remember what time it is. It's like 3:45. Just finished watching the Royal Rumble just now. Man, I want to promise everyone, all my MMA viewers, Strike Force video is coming. I did watch that. I just want to give you my live reaction. Just watched the Royal Rumble. Let's be honest, I didn't really care that much for the title matches, to be honest with you. Although I will say that Dolph Ziggler and Edge put on a decent showing, I felt. And it was nice to see Dolph in that kind of match. The Orton and Miz match, I know that Miz is a heel, but you've kind of got to book him in a certain way. I feel if you want fans to buy into him, and he's got to have one convincing win as a heel. Um, but I like the way it was set from the very beginning, the way they brought the straight edge version of Nexus into built the show around them for most of it, and that was quite cool. Um, uh, then the women's match. All right, I think a lot of people were expecting Awesome Kong. I was actually geared up to see Awesome Kong, although maybe it would have been better if they put some video package together. But I was expecting to see her, and then they have Laycall come out, and then they have Natalia come out. Then the instant GM beep 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 ding 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 comes on, and the announcement is this match is being changed to a fatal four-way with this person. And I swear to God, if anyone else noticed this, there was a bunch of people that shouted out Kong as loudly as anything. And then Eve came out, and it was just flat for me, anyways. And I like Eve, I'd still give her one. But man, it was just flat. Strange finish. I think they're going to probably be doing something with the four of them now. Hopefully, we see Kong at some point, because I think that would be a good thing for the fans and just for the show in general. Um, Now the Royal Rumble, I actually have to admit, I really got into the Royal Rumble. Um, it was interesting the little snide remarks the commentators were making about the internet. Oh, I bet the internet loves this when Daniel Bryan and CM Punk were the first two, and all these little snide remarks. Everything else was the minor leagues, but I think it was done in sarcasm a little bit. But I thought it was quite fun. I had fun with it. It was good to see Daniel Bryan in there. I made a joke with a friend that if he sells for one of the Bellas in that segment, then he's not winning anything. So that was kind of an obvious sign for me what was going to happen there. I like the way that they built up the Nexus group uh, throughout the Rumble, the story of them teaming together for Punk so they could throw people out. Um, Trying to think of the things that stood out in my mind. John Morrison, man, do you know what? If they can just sort the personality part of him out, he could. I mean, he could be a guy they could use to headline, but they just need to sort that personality aspect out. There was an awesome part of the match when he was going to get eliminated by Regal, and he kind of stuck himself onto the wall with his feet touching the ground, climbed back up, ran across, and then jumped back in. I actually have to admit that got my attention. I thought that was a really, really cool moment. It's a shame he didn't last longer, but then it kind of made sense when they were bringing in the rest of the Nexus people in for that story. Uh, I'm not ashamed to admit that I did mark out for Booker T. Uh, I even marked out for Kevin Nash, and I knew that both of them were going to be there. I had a strong feeling they were both going to be there. And when I saw the YouTube video of Nash at the airport, it kind of was a dead giveaway that he was going to be there with his dyed black hair. And I also couldn't help but laugh when he came out and Wade Barrett was there. And again, I was joking. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Wade Barrett and Nash have some kind of little thing in the Rumble, and they did, which was cool. If you're going to use veterans, then I think this would be a good way to use them in small doses. And it was effective, actually, in a way, because the crowd went for Booker T, and they reacted really well for Kevin Nash's Diesel character, which was good. And I think that's how you should kind of use guys like that. Bring them in every once in a while for like a Royal Rumble or something for that nostalgia pop. I thought they were very, very effective there. Strange, man. I can't believe I actually marked out for Kevin Nash. I've never done that in a while, but yeah, other things that stood out. It made sense the way the Rumble was structured. Um, Surprised not to see Triple H. Very, very surprised. I thought we would see him at some point. When Sheamus came out, my friend was like, "Oh, here we go. Hunter's gonna be ready for him now. I'm gonna toss him out." And didn't see him, which was a surprise. Um, I tell you one thing that did surprise me, and I don't know if anyone else was surprised, seeing Orton in the Rumble after he'd been in the title match, because usually they don't do that. Past Rumbles, if you've had the title match, you're not in the Royal Rumble itself. But yeah, I was a bit surprised to see him. Another thing I noticed was there was zero reaction for the Orton and Cena face-offs, and they did two of them. And the first one there was barely a reaction, and then they did it again, and there was barely any reaction. And then I was just, oh god, oh no, we're gonna get Cena versus Orton. Oh god, why? No, no, they're gonna be the last two. And thank God that they did that thing with Alex Riley coming in and then Miz tossing him back out. I was so happy about that. But it also now sets up Miz and John Cena now for WrestleMania, which it looks like they're going to do that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they make it a triple threat match. We'll see what happens at Elimination Chamber. But I reckon we're going to see Miz versus John Cena. Trying to think of what else was going on there. Oh, then it was the final three, and I was still praying, please don't let um. God, you gotta excuse me, it's so late. Don't let freaking Orton win. And I like Orton, but I really didn't want him to win because to me he's so boring now as a babyface. Pretty much every Orton promo is this, ready? They shoot from his clenched jaw. He takes his fists up with his Skull Digger t-shirt, and then he does this. I am not here to be a nice guy. I am here to win the WWE Championship. And then he walks off. That's basically been every Orton promo since he's turned babyface. Um, he's better off being a heel. Uh, yeah, other things before I get to the finish of that. It was strange seeing. I wasn't really into the Hornswoggle stuff, but I understood why they were doing it. Um, did anyone else really get built up from it, other than the person who won it, which we'll get to? Um, there wasn't that big monster push, but it was more building up the Nexus and the core angle. I wonder what they'll do with that. I think they're probably going to do something with the two stables, I think, at WrestleMania, from what I've heard, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a stipulation match. Um, Anyways, we got to the final three. Conventional wisdom told me that Wade Barrett wasn't going to win because they've done this angle. They've already set up an angle with him and Undertaker. They've already set up an angle with the two stables. So I thought, no, well, he's not going to win. And then I thought, God, Orton's going to win it. Please don't, please don't. So then Barrett gets thrown out, and then there's Del Rio, and Del Rio comes in and then dashes Orton out. And I'm not going to joke. I did say in a previous video, I don't know if they should do this with Del Rio. Maybe they should save him for the Money in the Bank. But I have to admit, I have been a big fan of his work. And when he threw Orton out, like you could hear me yelling at the top of my lungs, yes, yes! If not only because I'm a fan of his, but also because Orton didn't win, which sounds really, really bad. But yeah, it was. I reacted to it, and then my friend was like, Santino, 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 and I was like, oh, fucking hell. And then I was thinking, you know what? It won't be too late for Hunter to just come in, look, you know, roided to the gills, maybe 380 pounds, and come and take Santino's place and throw him out. But thank God that didn't happen. It was a funny little comedy spot with Santino coming around doing the Cobra move, which is, pretty popular, running around in a circle, and then Del Rio just throws him back out again. And I was like, thank God. My reactions now, if you want to get my gut reactions, at least we can say someone new won the Royal Rumble, and at least we can say it's someone that I would probably agree that we all would agree that has a future, someone with an all-round package. Uh, I was suspicious that maybe he would win it because the amount of TV time they had been giving him for the last 6 weeks on Raw and SmackDown was an indicator to me that they were going to have him win it. and I didn't see them do that with anybody else. Had they done it with anybody else, anyone, some other people, it would have been a little bit more unpredictable. But I had a gut feeling that Del Rio was going to win. Uh, Not gut feeling, but I had a good, you if you were going to pick someone new to win it, then it would have been Del Rio. Um, yeah, so it looks like Del Rio is going to be in one of the title matches now. I don't know which one, and it will be interesting to see if he really will be the main event match. And I say that because we've had this thing now with Royal Rumbles where even though someone wins the Royal Rumble, they're not necessarily the last match on the card. We have seen that before. We saw it with Rey Mysterio when he won, and we've seen it with previous Rumbles where not necessarily the winner is in the final match of the show. So we'll see what happens there. This is my instant reaction, so some of it will sound real jumbled. I apologise because it's 4 in the morning, and I also want to point out again, I was out really late the night before, got in, so I'm still a bit groggy and I'm still a bit hungover from the night before. Anyways, let us know what you think. I just want to tell all my MMA guys the Strikeforce Heavyweight Tournament I'm going to be talking about tomorrow morning if I wake up, and I'll probably talk about the Strikeforce card because I had a lot of fun watching that too. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Shit is popping right now, and I shall see you later.